Tearlaments opening up with a branded regained as we now have the field spell searching for a Sharon. Merly is banned. We are opening up with the Rhino Heart with Sharon in the hand, sending a Sharon from the deck to the grave to now make our Kid Kalos. Tearlaments can only fuse twice per turn now. Their power ceiling has went down. Not only do they lose consistency, but they have less power. We have Effect Veiler negating the Kid Kalos as the field spell is also activating to pop the Kid Kalos, which is quite interesting because the main way to get the Kid Kalos in the grave was to search for the Merly, send the Kid Kalos, summon Merly, mill 8. So now we're instead using the field spell to deal with our Kid Kalos, but the field spell is limited to 1, so everyone having access to this combo is not going to be frequent. Kid Cal will be activating to mill 5 despite being negated by the Veiler. We have the limited to 1 Kelbeck with no Agito in sight actually being milled to mill an additional 5. And we have the second and final fusion, Havnis, also being milled to make Rukalos. Rukalos with a special summon negate. That's it. No more fusion summoning for the rest of this turn. Despite that, we're still going to summon our Sharon. Our normal summon has already been used up. And with a Fairy Tale Snow in the grave, we're banishing 7 to make our rank 4 exceed. Time Thief Redoer is going to allow us to fusion summon during the opponent's turn, detaching that Sharon. Get ready. So what we could do is when you detach the Sharon, you activate, you fuse into Kid Cow, then Kid Cow could go into a Dragostapelia, which I don't even see in his extra deck. Huh? Okay. We can go into a Kaleido Heart even. Stealing a Fenrir off the top of the deck, we have Eccentric, which is going to pop the field spell or the regain. Goodbye to the field spell, which could have popped cards during the opponent's turn. We're going to reduce, I should say, but boost up the Redoer, summon double Math Mech onto the field, and the Time Thief Redoer detaching the Sharon by an effect, not cost, will activate its effect to fuse, but the Call by the Grave is going to finger the Sharon, negate. Now, we don't have a tuner on the field alongside the multiplication. Off of you banishing my Sharon, the regain is going to return it back in the deck to draw 1. We have Alimbert. Alimbert on summon will be activating the search. The Havnis will be chaining. Now, we have to mill Havnis. We can't mill Merly. So Havnis in hand, Havnis in the graveyard. Did we use? Yeah, we do it. No, there's no Havnis to even mill. The Havnis is in the grave and on the field. There's no way to even fusion summon off of this. Showing the consistency hit also being a big deal for Tearlaments. Grabbing that circular, but we can negate the circular, which we're doing with Rukalos. That's exactly what we're doing. Negate. Equation can reborn circular, then the Alimbert can reborn another monster, but then we can't, we're not setting up for a diameter play here. Our normal summon's already been used up. By getting the Havnis into the graveyard with the effect of the Rukalos, we are summoning our Kaleido Heart, which is going to spin the Alimbert back into the extra with no diameter as a material, so it does not have a negate. Sigma reborning before special summoning our circular, so it's not going to be triggering. We're going to flip down that Sigma with the Fairy Tale Snow from the grave. Equationing our circular onto the field, giving it a boost big enough to take out the Fairy Tale Snow. All right, Redoer back on the field, ready to steal a card off the top of the opponent's deck. What are we yoinking? We are yoinking a Subtraction, which is not going to do anything. We have Lubellion detaching itself from the hand. That's right. We're going to be searching for the Magna Hut, banishing the opposing circular. Searching during the end phase. Regain drawing 1 card. Assault Synchron, assaulting the field, special summoning from the hand to make a Chaos Ruler to mill 5. We may not have a Guido, but Chaos Ruler is now our other mill 5. Top 5 cards of the deck. There's a Havnis in sight. Mill it off the top of the deck. Activate the Fusion Shokan. And what are we fusing into? Also triggering our Kaleido Heart to spin back the Sigma. And fusing with the Rhino Heart in our hand, we are making our Kid Kalos. Kid Kalos on summon will be searching or sending a Tearlaments card. We're going to be grabbing a Rhino Heart with that active normal summon ready, but no room to do so. And just like that, Tearlaments with Merly banned, Agito banned, Kelbeck to 1 was still able to win game number 1. Let's do it. I mean, what do y'all think? Is tier still top tier? Can only fuse twice per turn, and the consistency has dropped. But we have Assault Synchron plus Bestials to make Chaos Ruler. I saw some Punk cards too, right? Punk into Chaos Ruler to mill 5. So instead of relying on the Guido and Kelbeck, we had 3 millers. We just have 1, and now we just more consistently summon our Chaos Ruler. Opening up field spell, that's what happens when we are nerfed. We're going to Punk Seaman, searching for the Foxy Tune, which will be initiating a level 8 Synchro into the Chaos Ruler. Now, when comboed up with the Deer Note, it not only is mill 5, it is mill 9. So we have mill 9 to make up for our consistency hits, as our initial mill 5 is going to be activating right here as the Deer Note Reborn to level 8 to make the Zombie Vampire afterward. Let's see what we mill. We only have 3 Tearlaments monsters. Well, actually, the Rhino Heart we could mill also, which would work here. Mill, 5 mil, and that is a garbage mill. No good. But we have Zombie Vampire to mill an additional 4. So instead of mill 8 with Kit Cal Merly, we're milling 9. Off of that mill 8, we could Reborn the Fenrir off the top of our deck. Fenrir is now here, also triggering a Rhino Heart and a Scream. I mean, this is the way, right? I think Punk Tier has to be the way to play the deck because that was insane. Chaos Ruler into Zombie Vampire, into special summoning a Fenrir off the top of your deck and triggering your Tearlaments. This is great. This is the way. Reinhardt summoning, discarding the Sharon from the hand, activating to send from the deck to the graveyard as the Sharon activates the Fuse. This will be a Kit Kalos, which will activate to search or send. And then we're going to, off of that summon, I guess we're not going to mill an additional 5 because we don't need to, as the Havnis will then fuse with the Kit Cal into a Rukal. So we have Rukalis, Fenrir, and a Sulik in the hand. Works out, works out. And what do we search? You know, we could search for a Crime, or we could have searched for that Sulik as we are going right now. We're going to search for a Havnis instead. Special summoning if the opponent activates a monster effect in the field. All right, not so bad. Monster negate, negate a special summon, banish a face-up card in the field, and Max C, plus the Havnis. Max C in the draw phase, player on the Triple Tactics talent. We are going to call by the Grave It right away. We're going to Keldo spin back the Max C to dodge the finger. You will not negate my Max C. Not today. Oh boy. Tier tearing it up. Can Tier win this duel? Tier got 2-0'd, right? Or no, Tier actually 2-0'd, and then Tier is positioned to win again. Now, this Kaiju did so much, it turned off the negate of a special summon. It also turned off the ability to negate a monster. Double disruption, now gone. Heartbeat Feather Duster, wiping up that back row. Goodbye to the Sulik, which will now activate, searching for maybe a Sharon for the follow-up play. That's what I'm thinking. This is unfortunately an activate from the hand. A lot of monsters don't activate when they special summon, like Fenrir itself, but because you activated the special summon, the Fenrir will be able to banish you. Just as it does, activating the Fenrir, goodbye to you. We now have the Ancient Warrior Saga continuous spell on the summon of our Ancient Warrior. We're going to be searching our deck for an Ancient Warrior, but the Ash is going to negate. And with that said, Gia Stepbro with nothing in the hand, nothing on the field pretty much. That is it. Tearlament is still winning.